Today we're going to be talking about push-ups. I'm going to show you guys how to properly do a bodyweight push-up as well as how to properly modify the bodyweight push-up. Now when you're doing push-ups, if you start to lose range of motion, you need to make sure that you're modifying it correctly. A lot of times when people modify the push-up, they do so incorrectly and they don't get much benefit out of the movement. A lot of times when people are modifying push-ups, I see them mostly doing incorrect elbow bends and a lot of shifting in their scapula. In order to properly modify a push-up, you need to first know how to properly do a regular push-up. Now the first thing you want to do whenever you're setting up your push-up is bring your body to the floor on your belly. From this position here, you want to make sure that you have a comfortable elbow bend. Your forearms will be slightly angled. You want your fingertips splayed out, index finger pointed forward, and your palms flat on the floor. You want to make sure you avoid flaring your elbows out. You want your elbows pointed toward the back of the room. Your elbows don't have to be super tight the way they would in a yoga class or doing a vinyasa. You just want to make sure they're not flaring out. Whenever you flare your elbows out, there's more likelihood of your hands coming off the floor and you lose that power that you would normally get from that rotational component of the arms. Once you've established your position with your hands and your elbows, you want to keep everything nice and tight as you push away from the floor while breathing out. Breathe in on the way down and breathe out. Now, if you're going to modify the push-up, all of the points of performance stay the same minus the leg position. Your hands are still flat on the floor, index fingers pointed forward with your fingertips splayed out. You want your elbows pointing toward the back of the room, and you want everything nice and tight. Now, rather than staying on your toes, this time you're going to keep contact with your knees on the floor as you push away. Breathe in and out. If you feel yourself coming out of position with your hands, you can make a small adjustment. So you want to make sure that your hips are pushed forward throughout this entire movement and that your wrists are lined up under your shoulders. From here, you get a full range of motion and you're building the strength in your abdominal wall as well as your triceps. If you come out of position here, you're more likely to flare your elbows out and you're no longer engaging your abdominal wall. Make sure that you keep your glutes tight as well throughout this entire movement. So if you can crank a couple of push-ups out but start to lose position as you get fatigued, make sure that you make the adjustment correctly. If you're starting to lose range here, all you have to do is drop down to the knees and continue on with as many as you can, getting full range of motion. Now that's the best way to modify the push-up. You want to make sure that you're getting full range of motion, that you've got full flexion in the elbows, full extension at the top, and that you're engaging your abdominal wall. If that modification still isn't giving you the range of motion that you need to find another variation, whether it be the suspension trainer, whether it's the dumbbells, whether you find a machine that's going to work the chest area. You want to vary the stress on the triceps and the chest, but find the one that's going to give you the best range of motion, that's going to get you closer to those goals.